Today I'm going to be reviewing 4 products from Kaja, and I want to do a little disclaimer. If you are a hardcore Korean fan of anything Korean and you don't like the fact that somebody's going to talk negatively about something that originated in Korea, then click off now. So Kaja is a Korean makeup brand. It is made in Korea. They are, however, still an international brand. You can see them in Sephora. And I ordered mine online from Sephora today. I mean, not today, like a week ago. And I've been trying these products for about a week now to get a full opinion on everything. I'll get into some other things at the end of the video, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and discuss some of the products. So I'm going to jump right into it and talk about this concealer. This is darker than me. It's darker than me, but it is their lightest shade. But it's sorry for my voice. I've been talking all day and I'm so tired. But this is their lightest shade, which I understand, you know, if it's dark, a lot of things are darker. I can just maybe use this for summer, except for the fact that I don't like it, so I probably won't. The reason why I don't like this is because, one, it exaggerates your pores and any fine lines, which is contradictory because this is the don't settle concealer. This is meant to be able to go on your face and not settle anywhere and easy to blend and everything else, but I find this more exaggerated than any other concealer I've ever used. This is my most hated product out of all these. I hate this the most. This is horrible concealer. I don't get the... Actually, there really isn't even a lot of hype over the concealer. There's hype around the shade range because they include darker skin tones. But that's it. There's not a whole lot of like raving about this concealer, and I see why. It settles, it's not that great to blend, it dries down too quickly, it's very liquidy, it's darker than my skin tone, and they don't have a lot of lighter shades, excuse me. I'm kind of baffled that this came from this brand. Because they hyped it up so much and it's not what they said it would be. And that's actually something that is for almost all of these products, is they've hyped it up to be something it's not. And that's not okay, honestly. That's flat out lying at that point. And for a brand to lie about how this is supposed to perform, that's ridiculous. Another thing is I could have sworn, I may be wrong about this, but that it's buildable coverage. I think all the way up to like maybe medium coverage, and that is a bold-faced lie. This is so sheer. So sheer. It just darkens everything, and that is it. Another thing is this also, this is going to end up getting darker and darker and darker because it oxidizes like crazy. This concealer is just horrible. I have used dollar store concealers that are better than this, which says a lot. Because this was $19. So this concealer, I 100% don't recommend for anyone. This is just horrible. I mean, I can understand you trying out some of these other products that I have, but this, just don't do it. This is terrible. On top of this does have a fragrance. It smells like paint, and it also smells like they try to mask it with perfume. So if you're sensitive to fragrances, or if you have sensitive skin at all, because I am slightly allergic to this too on top of it, definitely don't buy it. Like, don't buy it anyways, but also if you're allergic to it or sensitive fragrances, don't even buy it for that reason alone too. Another thing I will be talking about is the blush. Now, the blush I feel like is okay. I had a feeling it was going to perform this way, and I didn't mind that whenever I was buying it. I went into it knowing that this was a possibility, knowing, I'm not so sure about that. I bet this is going to happen, and it did. But I was okay with it because I think the packaging is cute and it's worth it. And that's the only reason why. However, now using it, I'm kind of questioning it. And I don't really recommend it for anyone unless you're just going to put this on a shelf as like a cute decoration. Then that's perfectly okay. I totally recommend it as a decoration. But for it as practical use or just use like hearts, I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, this is the shade 3 Bossy. I feel like it's very flattering for fair skin tone, excuse me. I have been using all these products for about a week, so I've also blended it out. I do say don't put powder over it. Powder your face and then put this over top, which I know you're thinking, what? Don't do that. No, it actually works better that way, because when you put powder on top, and I've used a few powders, it starts clumping, and that's concerning. It doesn't do it as much with powder, but I had to put a lot of powder on for me to put this product on anyways, because I am slightly allergic to it, more so than I am the concealer. It does make me burn. So that's why I have to layer on a lot of powder and foundation for me to use this, and this is why I haven't blended it out. This is still in the cheeks as little hearts. No, that's another thing, is the hearts. They marketed it that it's just so easy. You can pop it, and then you pop this open, and then you stamp it in, and then boop, boop. Full coverage completely. You don't have to touch it up. That's a lie. You're going to have to touch it up after once. And I don't recommend doing it both because it dries down so fast and it becomes hard to blend. So I was a little disappointed about that aspect, and I figured that was going to happen. I figured this is going to be, and I think the problem is that the sponge is a little too firm, and whenever you put on a lot of product, it pulls on the sides, and you can kind of see that from the sponge itself. Now, another thing is I've only used this 3 times, and that's what the sponge looks like. 3 times. 3 times. And by 3 times, I mean 3 faces. Technically 6 in total, because yes, 6 in total. 6 dips in total. This has 5 grams in it. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot, I agree. But it's got a cushion, so that soaks up and stains the cushion. So you're not going to be able to use as much. And on top of that, this is a sponge, so you're not going to be able to use as much on top of that. And this is also dries very quickly. So whenever you first use it, you may end up wiping your face off, and that's a waste of product. So honestly, with the fact that there's 2 sponges and everything else soaking up the product, and how easy it is to mess up, I do say you get less than half of this product, honestly, because this cushion is so big. Let me just take a little thing here, and there's barely any product underneath. Like, if I lift this up, I have almost nothing left, and I've only used this 3 times. Like, I mean, not 3 times, 6 times in total, and I'm baffled, because I have blushes I have been using for months and months and with less product. And of course those are powders, but it shouldn't, the cushion is just a no for me. If it's just not as practical for practical use, and even for the little stamping method, it does soak up too much of the product, and it's not even, so it's just, you're gonna have issues. Now again, if you just want this as decoration, then yeah, that's great. It's perfect for decoration. I think it's so cute. But oh my god, my nose. I'm dying, sorry. But for actual use, you're not going to get a lot out of it, and it's $24. $24. No. If this was the same as the concealer for $19, then I'd be like, you know what, for $19, just under $20, I guess that's okay. But the fact that it's $24, that is ridiculous. Especially considering that you're probably only going to get at most half the product, and that's all you're paying for, really. And for it to be cute, that's it. And for me, that's not worth it. It may be worth it for you, and that's okay, but for me, no. Excuse me, no. There are cuter things that are cheaper that you can use. Now, excuse me, Facebook, don't you pop up on me. Now for the eyeshadows. So the eyeshadows come into this little stack. There's 3 of them, and you just pop it like this. Now, I loved these at first. I thought these were so cute. I swatched them, and they were great, but then I found out that to get them on the eye, to keep them on the eye, and to wear them throughout the day without getting it all over your face was a hassle. I've tried over 20 different methods, from eye bases to brushes to appliance, which is a lot. And then I came up to the conclusion to use not glue. You think glue would work the best, but really I found that the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, which I don't think it has to be the specific shade of Eden, while still wet, and then swiping this on over works the absolute best. And even then, it's still gonna fall on your face. The fallout is extreme, and it isn't just the glitter itself that's inside the shadow, it's also the shadow. It's very soft and very fine, which I like. However, it is just too soft and too fine that it falls everywhere on your face, and you're going to just find it and you're just like, what? It's way too much in my opinion. Even the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, I feel like it's still not as powdery as this, which says a lot. And another thing is when it comes to powdery eyeshadows, it's usually okay because you can just dust off the tap off the excess. But with this, the best method is to use your fingers. So you can't do that. You can only swipe in very gently and then swipe it on very gently, but it's still gonna get all under your eyeballs. There's no way it's not. And another thing with these shadows is these two in the pan and swatched and first applied look different, but over time they look the same. And just to show you how many of these shadows are on my eyes. All three of them. All three of them are actually on my eyes. It looks like one. Now I will say the darker one is in the very outer V, so my eyelash does cover that. So if you said two, then you know you did better. You can see why. But the first two eyeshadows over time, they just look the same. And I don't know why. And on top of that, they both end up starting to look a little more gold. Like that's not pink. That's not pink anymore. It kind of looks a little pink, but it's more like a goldy pink, and that's not what it's marketed as. It's not what it's meant to look like, but it is. And it isn't the base either. This I have tried out on many different bases, and every single time it does that. It changes into a different color, and it blends in, and it kind of looks the same as the second one. The only one that I really do like is the last one, which is this very plummy shade. Now this was $21. $21 for this small little stack. And this is in the one rose water. And I just, 0.9 grams, it's not worth it. It changes, it starts looking the same. And it hasn't even been an hour since I've done my makeup, and it already looks drastically different. So I don't think it's worth it. I just think this is really poor in the color scheme. I do feel like the formula is really nice. It's really smooth. I do believe it's really nice and glittery and pretty, but it's just not worth it if that's what's going to happen. Now, if it was marketed that it's supposed to change throughout the day, like they should, like if you mess up in the formulation, like take advantage of it. Like first it starts out pink and then it turns kind of gold. Like you can get away with like trying to call that something like the mood eyeshadow or something. I don't know. I don't know why anybody hasn't done that. But with this, it's just a big fat no. It's too expensive for such a little product, and with the product you get, it doesn't do what it says it's supposed to do. And it changes into the same thing. What? And I shouldn't have gone through the process of trying 20 different methods just to apply this correctly. Because what they originally said wasn't really working. Like, they did recommend your fingers, but they also did say at one point you can use your brushes, and that totally didn't work. And then they also recommended the padding instead of the swiping, and that just did not work. I had to swipe. The padding just made it all under my eyeballs. Like, oh no, honey, what are you doing? No. So I shouldn't have gone through the process of so many different things just to figure it out for me. I think that's absolutely ridiculous, especially with it just being 3 different colors. Well, 2, technically, which is so bizarre, but it's $21. It's not worth it. I don't recommend that at all. You can try it out yourself. Again, with the blush, you can try it out yourself. With this highlighter, you can try it out yourself. That's, like, I totally recommend it, because maybe it'll be different for you. Maybe I got a bad batch. That's another possibility, but this concealer, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's so bad. Now, this highlighter. So, this highlighter, I'm wearing it, and you can kind of see, can you? No, not really. This was different. I don't know, like, I mean, I do know. I'm pretty confident in this. This was a lot more glittery and shiny and pretty, and that's because it had a glitter overspray. That's why. It's gone. Mine is in little crevices around the circumference. You can see the glitter overspray still. But on the product itself, it's no longer there. And with the particular glitter overspray, please admit to it and then bottle it up and put it for sale, because I would actually buy that, because that was bomb. You can use it with a brush, you can use it with your fingers. It was so easy to blend. It was so glittery and pretty. Usually highlights like that cast a gray undertone on my skin, but it didn't do that. But now, with that glitter overspray being gone, and I've only used this 3 times, it doesn't show up very well. It looks a little more matte. It's starting to look more like a face powder that I put on the top of my high cheeks, and it just looks like dark on my skin tone. It's starting, it's not the same. It's not the same because it had that glitter cast over it. And they never marketed it like that. They never marketed that there was a glitter cast over it. It's supposed to be the same thing with every single use, but it's not. That's a complete lie. I am so disappointed in this, honestly. I think it's so cute, and I thought this was going to be the one product I'll love and rave about. But then I put it on today, and I realized, no. And I'm so sad because it was so pretty. I mean, you can still see a little bit glitter in the pan, and it seems very shiny, but it's so hard to apply now. You can't use a brush with it. You have to use your fingers. And with your fingers, you have to pat it. You can't really do a lot of swiping. And for me to get it to show up properly, and I don't like blinding highlighters, okay? I'm not like looking for something blinding. I just want to see it's there. Like there's something. And for me to get to that point, I have to put on multiple layers. And by that point, it starts looking chunky and kind of gross. And I don't recommend that at all. It's really bad, honestly. I'm so sad because I loved this. I swatched it. I put it on for the first time. I'm like, oh my god. I thought this was going to be like my e.l.f. highlighter. I believe in Moonlight Pearl or something like that. And it blew me away. I'm like, no, this is so much better. It doesn't do a great cast. If I put a lot on, it's easy to blend. It's so nice. You can build it up. It's so pretty. It's got glitter. It's amazing. And now, after 3 uses, it's not. It's terrible, honestly. And I've used this on top of, I thought it at first was me. Then I started looking at it. I'm like, wait a second. It's glittery around the circumference, but not where I dip in the middle. It had a cast. It's not, that's the real highlighter right there. And it's not good at all. I've seen dollar store highlighters that are better than this. And that's so. Now with all this being said, you can try these out yourself and everything, of course. And like I said, even the concealer, like, even though I really don't recommend it. But honestly, I'm just so disappointed. I feel like, so some real talk, I feel like the reason why these products are so big is just because of the simple fact that there are a lot of people who are loving Korea, loving K-pop, loving K-dramas, loving K-beauty, and all about Korea. And that's okay. That's completely fine. You can absolutely adore another culture. However, I think this has become such a popular thing in America that it's attracted more brands to start becoming more international, which is great. I mean, honestly, it's helped a lot, I feel like. Because in Korea, they don't cater a lot towards darker skin tones. Even there's a lot of the population has a darker skin tone. Korean people can get pretty dark. And I guess a lot of people don't realize that. People have it in their head that they're always lighter and really light skin. And that's not true. There's a lot of darker skin Koreans in Korea. And they have trouble getting their own makeup. But I think because of the obsession with Korea, it did shine a light on that. And now you got, like, Kaja, who's catering towards darker skin tones. And I think that's great. But I think it's a little sad that another country's obsession had to do that. They should have been able to do it for their own people. But again, I guess we can't talk too much because in America, we used to have that problem as well. But at the same time, it's not as big as a problem, and we didn't have people obsessing over American beauty for us to fix that problem. But what I'm trying to get at is, I feel like this brand definitely came out of nowhere. In fact, I think they were first marketed in August, I think August or September. I went through their Instagram and they don't have a whole lot. Like, they're posting often now, but when they were first posting, it was, I think, all the way only in September. So they're a very new brand. At least they're new internationally. They may have been years old in Korea and for Koreans only, and not sold anywhere else. But now that's international, it's kind of skyrocketed out of nowhere, and it's blown up. And I think that is because of the obsession that a lot of specifically American girls, I've noticed, that has this obsession over Korea and K-drama and everything else. And that's fine. That's all nice and dandy and everything else. But I have to say something though. They were smart. Kaja's very smart. They saw the opportunity to do it internationally. They did it appropriately by making more skin tones, even though there wasn't one to flatter me. That's still okay because they made some that wasn't expected of them originally. So they were able to take it and go above and beyond. They got into Sephora, of all places, and got all their products out there, and now people are eating it up. So many people who are obsessed with Korea are buying these products and trying them out and saying they love it, whether they truly love it or they don't, but it's from Korea, so they love it. That's up for debate. But it's very smart. I'm a little baffled that they I was waiting for it to happen. I've been waiting for a Korean makeup brand. Now, K-Beauty is also in Sephora, but they are mostly skincare. And I knew that they were there. I already saw them before and everything else. And I've seen a few other brands pop up, but actual makeup I haven't seen. So for them to take advantage of that was a brilliant business move. I feel like they definitely are earning money. And that's great for them. But I feel like another thing is, with all that being said, a lot of people are scared to talk negatively about these products because of the mass following that Korea has outside of Korea. There's so many people who, I have seen people who have done reviews over these and they've only mentioned one bad thing and they get roasted for mentioning that one bad thing, even though it's true. I think it was the shadows and how they're applied and everything, how it was difficult. And someone's just like, oh, you probably didn't even do it right and everything else because you're stupid and everything else. Oh, you're not a true fan and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, y'all are so mean. It's so bad. Oh my god. Like, I thought weeaboos were bad, but weeaboos are just cringy. Oh my god. But then again, I don't see like a lot of J makeup or anything else, but oh my god. It was so bad. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video. I know I'm gonna have a lot of comments and everything else, and that's fine. I don't mind that. It's whatever. You can have your opinion and I have mine, but at the end of the day, I'm telling you what's true and what is or isn't working for me. And if you're gonna hate me for that, then that's a stupid reason. Goodbye. But other than that, this concealer is so bad. This concealer is so bad. I'm still so baffled. I'm so baffled by this concealer. I don't understand it. I'm like, why? Why does this exist? It's so dumb. It's the worst concealer. I'm sorry. I'm just like roasting this concealer, and what are you? No, I feel like the only reason why this brand really truly is as successful as it is because of the large following of people who adore Korea. If this was any other country, like Thailand, for example, I doubt they would have been successful, especially if they put out the same quality products of this. Oh no, they wouldn't even be sold at Sephora or even Ulta for that Walmart. For that Walmart. I was thinking ahead of myself. Well, for that matter, Walmart maybe, but uh, they'd be categorized as drugstore. Just cute drugstore makeup. That's it. And that's kind of what I feel like this is I feel like I would see this at a 5 and below. Because they've got a lot of cute like makeup that's really cheap. I feel like this is the same quality and the same style as some of that. And it's a little disappointing to see, honestly, that so many people are raving about these things. And yes, you can find some amazing cheap makeup. I have dollar store makeup. I've used dollar store makeup. That's all I used to use. But this is worse. Like, especially this concealer, this is worse. Like, the eyeshadows, okay, I like the formula, but the glitter is just everywhere. The LA Color Pigments, that's what it reminds me of, but the LA Pigments stick better. The highlighter, excuse me, the glitter overspray, that's a cheap move. That's for cheap products. And, what? This was $19 too, and this shouldn't be $19. And this was probably the only thing I could see, maybe not at like a 5 and below or dollar store, but maybe at Walmart, because of this is just way too cute, honestly. This is way too cute for that. But I'm baffled that this is doing so well when in reality these 4 products just aren't great. And I can only imagine what the rest of the products are like. But then again, of course, maybe I just got a bad batch. Maybe I have bad luck. And these are actually really good. Maybe the glitter just settled to the top because of the heat of Texas, or I don't know. Maybe something happened and it really is glittery all the way through, but mine just isn't. Maybe, you know, these eyeshadows, maybe it is the primers that I'm using. Maybe there's an ingredient in it that doesn't react well. Maybe, you know, with this, that it's just, there's no explanation for this. That's exactly how I figured it was going to work, and that's how it works on everybody, so it's just a cute product, and that's why I bought it, so whatever. This concealer, I can't think of anything for this concealer. It's just so bad. It is horrible. No. There is no excuse for that. There's too many problems with it. There's no excuse. This is not a bad batch. If this is a bad batch, I'm scared of the good batch. Like, nobody's raving about these concealers, and I see why, and I'm telling you why. It's horrible. So, with that being said, and with all this video is really long, and these are just really bad. I mean, the concealer is so dark. I'm allergic to the blush, and you have to make it even, but it's cute, and I'm allergic to it, but it's cute. I'll definitely keep it. No. And the eyeshadow, I really do like the shade. I really do like this shade. It is so pretty. Let me just... That's so pretty. It looks so gross on camera. It's pretty. Trust me. Like, the swatches on Instagram are actually really true to this. It's so pretty. So I'll keep that one for sure. The highlighter, I'm disappointed. So only reason why I'm keeping this, it's cute. Only reason I keep this is because of this. And actually, you know, it's past the Sephora time frame, I think, and I have to actually go to Sephora because I already threw away the packaging. And the nearest Sephora near me is like 20 miles. And I don't want to drive out all the way because I'm busy, and this is the only free time I've had to actually talk about these products. So, and I think it is already past my time to return these, so I can't even return these. I might give these away for free or something. Be like, hey, friend, you want this? They're really crappy, but, you know, there's that. Let me know what you think of the products, honestly. I feel so heartbroken because I spent almost $100 on these products, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I mean, out of anything, if you're gonna buy anything, it's the blush, and that's it. So it's just heartbreaking that I had to figure that out the hard way. My lashes look so wonky. What are you doing? But let me know what you guys think about it all. Am I being dramatic? Maybe. I'm a dramatic person, so probably. Do you guys like it? Is it great for you? Are y'all liking it at all? I don't know. I'm just so sad. I am genuinely... I'm scratching at my skin. I'm annoyed, I'm tired, and why? I've tried these for a week, and I've been disappointed more and more and more and more I try it. And don't buy, just don't buy a Kaja Beauty. Save your money. Maybe go on Mercari and see if anybody's reselling theirs, because I'm pretty certain there's a lot of people reselling this makeup. And buy it that way, and or through a different reselling app. And oh, I can pop this. Oh, I popped it off. Can I break it more? How do they do this? Well, I don't think you were supposed to pop this off. And honestly, this didn't take a lot. I'm really weak. I can't even open a pickle jar. So don't drop this, because this is also apparently really cheaply made. That kind of makes me mad. So I'm so disappointed. I thought this would be so good. I was so happy when I received this makeup, and well, not received, when I bought it. And I'm so disappointed. Like, I even commented on the Instagram and followed them and everything else. Whenever I first got this, I ended up later on posting an Instagram post with a highlighter on and tagged them in it and everything. I'm like, I'm loving their products so much. Like, oh my god, they're amazing. I recommend. And now I'm more and more and more and more I try it, the more and more I realize I can do a full face of LA makeup for under like $30 and like it more than this $90, almost $100 of makeup of just 4 products. And that says a lot. So, I think I'm done ranting and rambling. And, oh, why didn't I show this off? I'm so cute. Hello. No, I'm not. So, I'm really cringy. I know that. Sorry. But if you like this video, let me know. I might buy more questionable makeup Oh, okay. I might buy more questionable makeup products that you guys want and try them out. And if I don't like them, or if I do like them, I'll probably post a video about it. Like, reasons why you should buy this brand, or reasons why you shouldn't buy this brand. Like I'm doing now, reasons why you shouldn't buy this brand. This concealer is so bad. I can't get over it. My teeth look so yellow, by the way. Oh my god. But, it's so bad. I hate this concealer. Oh my god. It's so bad. That smell, I can't get over it. It smells like paint and grandma perfume. They try to mask it. They know it smelled cheap. They're like, we gotta fix this. I'm so bad. I'm just roasting this now. Oh my god. Oh wow. I gotta clean this up because I spilled it. My desk